Hi YouTube, and this is JTrain997, and I'm back this time with my review of the G.I. Joe 30th Anniversary G.I. Joe Renegades Firefly figure. Now get a good look at this bad boy here in the packaging. Of course, Series 2 of the 30th Anniversary consists of 4 figures, all of which are from the cartoon Renegades. And it was really great to see that Firefly got some love in this line, even though he hasn't appeared that much in the cartoon. And quite honestly, I wasn't crazy about the way they did him, but he still looks like an amazing figure. He's got a lot of nice gear on him. You can see his machete, walkie-talkie. He's got a mortar shell down there. And his base. On the back of the packaging here, you've got your little read-up. And it says, Firefly is a saboteur hired by Cobra to perform acts of sabotage and destruction. He has a high opinion of himself and his skills, and he's not wrong. He's an expert with explosives, all kinds of weapons, martial arts, combat, and infiltration. He works alone, he hides his identity, and the only kind of trouble he likes is the kind he himself causes. Up here, the shadow parts that were on the other figures in Wave 1 are now filled. And strangely enough, though, Firefly doesn't have a spot. So if you pick one of these up, you wouldn't know Firefly was in the line. But that being said, it also says on his mission equipment he comes with demolitions pack, mobile detonation device, incendiary mine with container, assault rifle, fuel canister, machete, and axe. I don't think all that's in there. I may be wrong, but we'll have to wait till he's out of the packaging to see. And here we have Firefly out of packaging. Now, real quick, before we actually go on to the figure, we're actually going to go on to his accessories, which he came with, which is a rifle, his walkie-talkie, this little gun that came with the Cobra VTOL driver, his grenade launcher, his machete, and his mortar shell. Now, for what the packaging said he came with. Demolitions pack, mobile detonation device, incendiary mine with container, assault rifle, fuel canister, machete, and axe. Lot of stuff missing. And I've already reviewed all 4 Renegades figures, and that's something that's apparent in each one, is that they list stuff on the back that does not come with the figures. Which in the long run, it doesn't stop the fact that you get an awesome figure, but those things went from actively listing everything that came with the packaging to making crap up, which I don't really appreciate. So, that fact aside, Firefly is actually a pretty great figure. Not crazy about the cartoonish appearance, but really the only place you can tell is his face, and it's just the way they've done his face sculpt. And I can get past that, honestly. Really can't wait to see what Ray Stevenson looks like in G.I. Joe Retaliation. Getting a quick 360. They've actually done a really nice job on... I think easily they could have reissued the backpack from Firefly from Pursuit of Cobra Series 1. With the little mine attachments, which would have been a really cool little feature. The mortar shell is actually not in his hand. I've actually just got it pressed up against him. Nice detail on it, though. As you can see there. The machete, of course, much like Jungle Duke, is removable. Looks very nice on him. Get it back in his sheath there. His grenade launcher, mortar launcher, whatever. I'm actually really digging this accessory. I think they call it like a plasma pulse mortar launcher or something, but just trying to tune it down a little bit for kids. It's the standard G.I. Joe base, that's Firefly. As far as his articulation, his head does a full 360 as well as some up and down, which is good, seeing as he's got this massive collar, which I thought would hinder it. Arms do a full 360, go out, bend and spin at the elbow. His wrists are on a hinge joint, which is always nice, also spin. Most of his main torso articulation is sacrificed for this giant vest he's wearing. They also likewise hinder the legs a tiny bit. They can go out just fine, forward and back, not too much. Double jointed at the knee, and have an ankle joint. So some pretty nice articulation on Firefly. Now, let's get him pegged back down. So, getting his gear back in his hands, or at least some of it. Despite the fact that I'm not big on the Renegades designs of most characters, and even that I wasn't crazy about the way they did Firefly, they gave him this whiny, nasally little voice, and it just didn't fit the guy for me. This is actually a really solid figure. Not crazy that they told us a bunch of crap about what he came with on the back of the packaging, but honestly, looking in the pack, it's what I expected. I'm really digging how they designed his outfit, all the pouches and gear on him. The 30th Anniversary line is actually pretty well stocked in most stores. Almost every Walmart in my area is carrying them. I've even seen them at some Kmart's. Toys R Us has them. And while Wave 2 isn't out there in huge quantities yet, it is coming out. So I definitely think Firefly is a must-own for any G.I. Joe fan. It doesn't bother me to that point, but if you just wanted a standard-looking Firefly, you could easily take this head, pop it off, and swap it out with one of the heads that came with the initial Pursuit of Cobra Firefly, as he came with his sonar mask and his standard head. Would have been nice to see some weapon storage for his walkie or his pistols or his rifle, but not the end of the world. Even the mortar shell, you kind of had to cram it in there. I still like it. So that being said, Firefly is a definite pickup in my book, and that being said, this is JTrain997, and I'll see you soon, YouTube.